I absolutely love my Tesla Model 3. I still consider it the best car I've ever driven. However, nothing is perfect. And after owning my Model 3 for 2 years now, I want to share with you some things I don't particularly like about it. Now, big thanks to NordVPN Teams for sponsoring today's video. This list is going to be full of nitpicky things. I understand that because, you know, this car is phenomenal. There's not many things I don't like about it. These are the things that just rub me the wrong way, and it could be just unique to me, some of these things, but I want to share it with you to get your perspective on some of these things. So let's get right into this list. So one of the cool things about owning a Tesla is that when you wake up in the morning, it's ready to go, it's fully charged. And when you walk up to it with your phone in your pocket, it automatically unlocks via Bluetooth, but the charging cable does not unlock. It only works on the doors with your phone in your pocket. So when you walk up, the doors will unlock, but the charging cable will not unlock. There's a button on the charging cable. If you press it, it's supposed to unlock, but it doesn't. You have to open up a door first, and then the charging cable becomes unlocked and you can remove it. I wish there was a way that you could tell it, hey, if it's at home, at my location, at my home address, and I wake up in the morning and I walk up to it and my phone is in my pocket, the charging cable will let me unlock the charging cable without opening up a door first. Now, this is a really weird pet peeve of mine. I place my hand right here on the steering wheel for Autopilot, right? Because on Autopilot, it requires your hand to be on the wheel at all times. And I found the most convenient way is to just place my left hand right here on the steering wheel. The way this steering wheel is made, there's a sharp edge right where my index finger rests when I put my hand on the wheel for Autopilot. It's a very unique disappointment of mine. It's not going to affect everybody, like I said, but I wish the steering wheel did not have this sharp little edge right here behind. It would make it so much better, because I've even thought about putting like foam or something right here to just even it out and make it softer. That'd be cool if they could fix that somehow, but I doubt that ever gets fixed. And also, another thing about the steering wheel, it's not a heated steering wheel. For this type of car, at its price range, I think it should have one, honestly, because in the wintertime, this steering wheel gets very, very ice cold. I wish this had a heated steering wheel. Man, if there's one thing I could change about the Model 3, it's probably this, the footrest on the driver's side. So I've never owned a vehicle before the Model 3 that had one of these. I don't know if it's supposed to help people. I don't know if it's supposed to feel better. Oh my gosh, I hate it. I'm a tall guy. I'm like 6'4" on a good day, right? With my shoes on. This thing right here just gets in the way. I wish this was not here so I could let my foot or my leg, you know, fully extend, like sort of like this, but like right here. I wish this was an option to not have this, because I would much rather let my leg extend, fully extend. I think it would make my drives much more comfortable for a tall guy like myself. Now, we all know about Autopilot, right? Double tap down on the right stalk and it enables Autopilot. The only thing that I don't like is that there is no dumb or regular cruise control. So for example, if you're driving in some rain, sometimes it'll say Autopilot is unavailable because the cameras are blocked or they can't see. So it'll be temporarily unavailable. So you can't enable Autopilot or the traffic aware cruise control even. So you only have two options, Autopilot or traffic aware cruise control. You don't have an option for just a regular dumb cruise control that just does the speed. Now this is something very minor. It's not a huge deal, but the interior surface of the console is like a hair and dirt magnet. It attracts dirt and hair and it just like keeps it on there. It's like it's made of this velvety type material. So I wish it was made of just another type of material that didn't have such a magnetic force for dirt and hair. And my wife, you know, she sheds like a dog, so sometimes her hair gets stuck. It's not her fault because it just doesn't look good when it tracks all this, and it's hard to get off because it just keeps it's like stuck on there. So just wish it was a different material. Now, with an electric car, you want to minimize your use of electricity, so that includes the fan, the heater, the air conditioning. Well, it makes it hard to do that in this vehicle because the windshield fogs up more than any other car that I've ever been, like easier than any other car I've ever been in. I don't know if it's the glass roof or what it is, but the fact that it fogs up more than any other car is just kind of a nuisance to me because I leave the climate control off as much as possible. I don't turn on the fan if I don't need to, but when the windshield fogs up, super easily. I wish it did not do that, so I could not touch the touchscreen and turn on the fan as much as I do when I am on a long drive when it's cold outside, and so that is a nuisance of mine. Now, as technologically advanced as this car is, I wish it had a little bit better blind spot detection or blind spot awareness. First of all, it doesn't have the lights on the side mirrors like most other cars have to warn you of an upcoming car in the in your blind spot. So you basically have to do it physically, manually with your neck, swivel around with your neck, or look at the screen. The sensors will also kind of go off on the screen right here. But however, I would love to see every time I turn on my turn signal like this, I wish the camera would pop up and just show me my blind spot. That would be incredibly helpful. I think they could easily implement that. And one of my favorite things about driving the Model 3 is how quiet it is, especially at low speeds. However, when you get up to highway speeds, faster speeds like 50 miles an hour or above, it seems like this car has a bit of a higher wind noise when you're driving at fast speeds compared to other cars that I've driven. And I think it may have something to do with the way the glass roof. I know there are third-party providers that sell wind noise reduction kits for the Model 3 because I think this is an issue that people have seen. But yeah, that is something I wish the wind noise was just a tad bit quieter in this car. Now, one thing that has been fixed, but unfortunately not on my car, are the seats. Right after I got my car, I think Tesla started putting new seats, the Generation 2 seats in the Model 3. I still have the Generation 1 seats. The Generation 1 seat is really firm compared to the Generation 2 back seats. I've sat in both and it's a night and day difference. The Generation 2 back seats are much softer, much more comfortable. And I think the driver's seats, the front seats also were updated to Generation 2 as well. The front seats in my car are very comfortable. I have no problem with that, but the back seats on the Generation 1s are way too firm for my liking. Like I said, they've already fixed this, so I wish my car had the Generation 2 seats. Now, this also may be my fault in the way I drive, but it's never happened to me on any other vehicle as bad as it happens on this. And it's the rims. They stick out a little bit further than the wheels, and it causes curb rash so easily. I've curb rashed all 4 of my wheels, as you can see, if you're parallel parking or parking next to a curb. But the good thing is it's an easy fix cosmetically. It's not a perfect fix, but just a little bit of paint I found on Amazon. You paint it and you can barely notice, but these are pretty much ruined physically because they're just curb rashed. I'm not too worried about it, but for those who are wondering, this can be a bit of a problem. Now, this next issue may not even be Tesla's fault. It may just be me. There have been many times where I went to turn the stalk right, push it up, and it has actually flashed my brights. It comes back easily. When you push it back, it flashes your brights. So there have been many times where I've tried to do just a right turn, and it has flashed my brights, and somebody would be in front of me, and they probably think I'm flashing my brights at them for some reason, which I really didn't mean to. I was just wanting to turn on my turn signal to the right, and it just accidentally came backwards. But yeah, it's just something that's happened on multiple occasions, and I feel like an idiot when I do it. Now, I'm grandfathered into the premium connectivity package, which now costs $10 a month if you want access to Spotify and TuneIn and Slacker and all that stuff. However, if I wasn't grandfathered in, I would not pay for the premium connectivity package just because the software is a little buggy. It uses TuneIn for podcasts. The search is not that great. Some podcasts I have searched and it hasn't even shown up. When you're playing podcasts, sometimes it just does not load. It just gives you loading errors. And the biggest, most important feature for me that it doesn't have is the ability to play podcasts at 1.5 or 2x speed. So that alone is a deal breaker for me. I have to listen to podcasts at least 1.25 or 1.5 speed. Half the time if I want to just go directly to Spotify and play some songs, usually it will just spin. It will spin, and I have to actually go to the streaming part through Slacker and play a radio through there first, and then go back to Spotify and start playing some songs through Spotify. Also, there's really no way to easily browse through your artists or your songs or albums. Like if I go to artists, it's just all random. It's not listed in alphabetical order, and there's no way to list it in alphabetical order. So it's just really cumbersome to browse through Spotify. It's almost always easier just to use your phone to stream Spotify. Honestly, this could probably all be fixed with Apple CarPlay, but that will never happen. Now, one of the best features about a Tesla is the dash cam viewer in the Sentry mode. From all the cameras around the car, it will record in case it detects some type of motion. Basically, it's a security feature, but the only thing that it's missing is that I want to be able to view my Sentry mode clips from the screen as soon as they happen. So if I come back to my car and it says you have one new Sentry Mode event captured on your flash drive. Well, there's no way to view that. You have to take the USB drive out and then connect it to your computer and sift through a bunch of folders and find it. I mean, it just would make sense to be able to pull that Sentry Mode clip and play it, to view it as soon as you get in your car. I think that feature has to be coming, but for now, what I use is a third-party app. I have this little adapter here. I have to plug in my flash drive, then connect it to my phone. And this is a very cool app because the newest version, this is a beta version, but I'm testing it out, but it actually uses AI to detect human beings, which is awesome because it is very hard to actually sift through this footage to find the actual Sentry Mode clip. So here it is, it's finding clips of me, which actually brings me to my next pet peeve of Sentry Mode. 99% of the Sentry Mode clips that my dash cam records is of me walking up to the vehicle to unlock the car. I like to run to my car for some reason. Every time I do that, Sentry Mode captures me. It's not quick enough to realize that it's actually the owner. And then when I get in, it says Sentry clip recorded, but it's actually just me coming up to the car. So I wish that Sentry Mode would actually automatically disregard any clip if the car is unlocked within 5 seconds of it capturing the motion. I hope they implement that feature. That would help out big time. Before we get into the last one, I want to let you know about today's sponsor, NordVPN Teams, which provides a cutting-edge VPN for your business. Recently, we've all realized how important it is to be able to work remotely, and with NordVPN Teams, you can access corporate data securely from wherever you are. NordVPN Teams provides a control panel that enables you to manage every user account and feature from one centralized dashboard. It's cloud-based, so no additional infrastructure is required, and it works with most network providers and hardware. It has third-party authentication, so you can use your existing Google account for seamless login. NordVPN Teams also encrypts all internet traffic with AES 256-bit encryption. And as your business grows, you can easily scale your VPN by adding new servers and gateways with just a few clicks. It currently has over 30 different countries for server locations and offers a 30-day money-back guarantee. Visit nordvpnteams.com/partners/AndySly to try it for yourself. Pricing starts from only $7 per user. Again, go to nordvpnteams.com/partners/AndySly and protect your entire network now. And last but not least, this is probably the weirdest thing because it really doesn't have anything to do with the car itself, more the Tesla app. And it's probably unique to me just because I have over 1,000 referrals, but for almost a year now, I think the loot box in the Tesla app does not work for me at all. When I go into the loot box, it just spins and spins, and then it just freezes and goes to a blank white screen. And then I can't do anything, and I have to kill the Tesla app. So it just may be unique to me, like I said, just because I have so many referrals, but I wish they would fix that. Their loot box is completely broken for me. So that wraps up my small list of things I dislike about my Tesla Model 3. Not a huge list, like I said. I love this car. It was hard to find these little nitpicky things because this is such a fantastic car. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think, if you agree with some of these, if you've experienced some of these, and also be sure to subscribe because my next video will be my full 2-year Model 3 review coming up soon. So thank you for watching. My name is Andy. I'll talk to you in the next one.